Hey guys, I'm Jean Tor from CONPERA and I will show you how to save time with content if you are like a busy entrepreneur or a business owner who wants to take content seriously but doesn't really have time for it. So the first thing that we have is save time with content. This is our goal and we will break it down step by step. So how do we save time with content? We actually have to create a lot of videos in short period of time because that means that we have a lot of videos made in a short little time. So you have more time for everything else. This kind of makes sense. So let's break it down more. We have to create a lot of videos at the same time. This is kind of the same, but we also have to break it down more and more to actually learn how to do that. So create a lot of videos at the same time. And to do that, you have to have a lot of videos ready. Because if you have a lot of videos ready, you can create content and record content at the same time. So how do you do that? How do you have a lot of videos ready? You have to have a lot of scripts ready. And this is when we stop. Because at CONPERA, we don't think about scripts that way, that a usual agency would. We think about like, actually, should you create scripts? Do you want to create scripts for your personal brand? Like a personal brand has to be personal. Even worse, if you outsource your script writing, it's over. It's not your brand anymore. It's that guy's brand. Because it's not your voice, not your story, it's not your experience. It's somebody else, random kid who is like, doesn't even know what he's talking about. So a personal brand has to be personal. We can't skip that step. And this is how to actually do it. You have to find a lot of ideas, a lot of problems that you have been through and solved, a lot of your knowledge that you can pass to other people who are in similar situations that you were, and a lot of like cool video ideas as well. And these will come to you during the day, when you walk, when you work. You just quickly take out your phone and just write up these ideas and you will have a lot of ideas. I will create a more in-depth video about that, but first we have to find a lot of ideas. And after we do that, for every idea, have milestones. For example, if I want to create a push-up tutorial, I will have milestones like form. I want to talk about form. And I want to talk about volume. And maybe if I want to have more notes on what to do, we can put that in brackets. So for example, volume, I did 20 when I started out. I want to mention this in the video, so I wrote it in a little notes. But I don't script word for word, it doesn't matter. And of course the intro is very important, the first 30 seconds is very important. So this is an exception. You can write the intro for word to word, the first hook, the first 30 seconds, because it's very important to actually hook the right people in. And later down the line, when you have done 5 or 10 videos, you will be so much better of this and you will make it without the script. But when you start out, it's good to write the intro, but I don't think that you should write the script word for word, because then that means that you don't let yourself record. And you have to let yourself record. And what does that mean? You have to talk about everything and anything that comes to your mind during that problem or during that idea. For example, we have the push-up example. I have to let myself record. I just set up the camera, press record, sit down with the microphone and just talk about push-ups, how I did that, how I do that, how I started, what I do now. And I have the milestones about push-ups, like I want to talk about form. So I start the video, I talk about. I talked about everything I knew. Look at the milestone. Okay, I want to talk about form. I will talk about form this way, that way, that way, that way. And if I have another idea, I will just talk about that. So I let myself record. But if I can't say anything else, I again look at the milestone. Okay, I talk about volume. Let's talk about volume. And you talk about volume. Talk about this, talk about that. From volume, you go to quality. From quality, you give life advice. It doesn't matter. Just have to let yourself talk about everything and anything that you can, like you would with a friend. And that is very important, and first it will be hard to talk to the camera like it's your friend. But this will mean that you will let your real personality through the video. This is when you will start to make more engaging content, because everybody who's starting out is just like, okay, so push-ups is hard, but a very good exercise. And it's not entertaining. You have to let your personality shine through, like how you would talk to a friend, like how you would teach your friend about your push-ups. Okay, so for push-ups, do this shit like this. No, don't worry about that. I'm not saying to overdo anything. Just how do you talk with your friends? Talk like this with your camera. And again, this will be hard, but later down the line, this will become better as well. And with this approach, we'll learn how to talk endlessly about anything, how to hook people in without writing the script down, and how to actually look good on camera and how to record well on camera. And this is why it's a so good approach. And when you finish the video, you just go on the next idea. And then finish that, go on the next idea. And you do this, and you will improve and you will create better videos. But if that doesn't work for you, you can start out with giving yourself more notes and more structure to the video, because everybody is different. start with what I said, and if it really doesn't work, you can start out with more notes and later down the line reduce them, but just find out what works for you. But if you have to write scripts and notes, it will take a long time, rather than having an idea and just sitting down and recording. And when you have scripts written down, you won't really be wondering about topics and you won't really be talking about things, which will come in handy, because if you have a lot of recording, like a 1 hour footage about talking everything about push-ups and then talking about life and how push-ups saved your life and everything, maybe something that you didn't even write in the script, you will have a lot more footage for shorts, for long form videos, for everything. This is why it's good to let yourself record and not give you more structure. But in the beginning, if you need it, do it. It doesn't matter. What matters is to have a day when you record. Because if you have a day when you record and you prepare all the stuff, all the ideas and all the milestones for that day, you can get your recording done in one day, and that means you have whole month worth of content done in one day. You just send it to your editor, the 2 hours of footage, and he will create like 4 long form videos out of it and like 60 shorts or whatever you want, because you recorded the one day and you have content for the whole upcoming next month. And this is, you only have to record one day. You can do that, right? If you really want a personal brand, you can do that. Yes, it sounds kind of weird that you let yourself record, so that doesn't seem like a really lifesaver, but it is a lifesaver, because if you wouldn't do that and you would script every video, you would have to script 4 videos and you would have to script like 30 shorts. And who does that? Nobody does that, right? So this is why you have to just sit down and just talk about the topic. And these skills will transfer to your business as well, like being on camera, talking about anything for endlessly if you need to. It's very good skills to have. And this is why I'm against outsourcing content creation 100%, because you won't learn it. And if you stop working with an agency, like a mediocre agency, you are back at zero, because you haven't learned anything. You just read off the scripts that they wrote to you, which were pretty bad, obviously, because it's not your personal brand. So try this approach and just let yourself record, and this will save you a ton of time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.